That is such a pleasure to have you on Film Companion. First of all, congratulations on your first film. I know you start shooting in March.
Yes, yes.
What all can you reveal at this point?
Sooner or later, but there it goes again. My hand goes again.
I have to say you look smashing.
Thank you so much.
You really do.
Thank you.
I mean, I love it.
Wow, thank you, thank you. I feel great too. It's very, very liberated. Feel
Yeah.
nice. So, it's a slice of life film, and it's a film which is very, very close to my heart. It's about women. I love women. I'm obsessed with them. So, the funniest part, or the sweet part, or the quirky part is that we have 5 women in different age brackets. So we start off from a 15-year-old and we go up to like a 45 and even a 60-year-old, and the quirky issues that they have in their life. So it's you know, at every stage of life, especially when you're 13 or you're 14, you have your own conspiracy theories in your head, you know, this is not happening to me because of this reason, and this is not happening because of that reason. So we're kind of indulging in that space. And yeah, it's women with a new avatar, I can say. That it's going to be a nice, fun film. Yeah.
So before this, Tahira, you made the short film Toffee.
Yes.
You've of course done theatre. You've co-written a book with Ayushmann.
Yeah.
Now his career has sort of been defined by his choices.
Yes.
Are you also inherently a risk taker as an artist?
So, very honestly, I'm going to open up my heart out here, because there are a lot of people in life who know what they want to do, and they're very definite that this is what I want to do, and this is no matter what, I'm going to do that. So my husband is one of those people, and we were always together in college and university, and we did a lot of theatre together. And but you know, I come from a family of bureaucrats, and people are into education, and my father is a journalist, my mother is a vice principal, she's retired now. So that kind of a background, and always thought, you know, theatre, acting, writing, it's all passion, it's all hobby. But asli mein karna kya hai? You know, where
job
are we
kya
going
hai?
to job kya hai?
Huh.
And that's how I functioned at that point of time, and I kind of neglected this aspect of mine. And only when I was in a stressful situation, or things were not going good for me, I would resort to it. I would go back to theatre. It was my bouncing board. But and this man, my husband, when he told me that he wants to be an actor, and I literally scoffed, you know, I ridiculed him. I was like, hey, shakal dekhi hai. So I did not believe
You're
him.
brutal, man.
I was very brutal. And literally, I wasn't even shocked. I laughed. And that's the worst reaction to give to anybody. You're laughing at the person's face. That's like, ha ha ha, ho hi nahi sakta. And I somehow, in retrospect, feel that perhaps that was one side of me which thought, wow, this man has the guts to say it. This is what he wants to do. And probably that was my way of hiding my own aspirations. And then I started feeling scared of myself, that I'm an escapist, because why am I not being committed to one field?
You just kept moving.
Radio, teaching, PR, events, I did all. And I came to Bombay, and then I was married, and I started teaching, and I was very, very unhappy, honestly speaking. And then I was pregnant. I went back to Chandigarh, you know, on the pretext of that my husband doesn't have time for me, because he always used working, you know, round the clock. So I used to go back to Chandigarh, and each time I used to come back, I used to end up being pregnant again. So
Two kids.
Yeah, but
You're making it sound.
it was back to back, man. I was like, what is this? And both unplanned. How dumb can we be? But I'm so grateful. I'm really happy to have my kids in my life. But at that time, it was like, what?
You're very young, no?
Yes. So then I was like, this man is going ahead in life, and I still don't know what to do. I was going down. I was really in a very, very sad space. And that's when a beautiful philosophy came across me, and that's Nichiren's Buddhism. I chant. And one of my leaders came, and I was just crying and crying. She was like, what is it that you want to do? I was like, I can't tell you. She's like, what is it? I was like, nahi, I can't. She's like, terrorist to nahi banna. I was like, no, but she's like, say it. And I was like, okay, so I want to be a filmmaker. I want to be a writer. I want to be a director. And the moment I said that, I bawled my lungs out. And she was like, why are you crying? I was like, you won't believe it, but this is the first time I'm hearing my own dreams for myself.
You couldn't bring yourself to say it?
I couldn't bring, because I had my own conspiracy theories going on. You know, I had thoughts like, what if I set out to make a short film, and people will say, ye actor ki beevi hai, veli hai, paise hai, to chalo short film bana di. Worse, I make a short film and my students say, "Isse acha to hum bhi bana le." Worse, I make a short film and never sees the light of the day. Worse, it sees the light of the day, just nobody acknowledges it. So I had all those inhibitions and insecurities, which I think each one of us has it, but it took a toll on me. And that's the first time in 12 years of my professional life I acknowledged to myself that this is what I want to do.
But you never even told Ayushmann that you want to do it?
No, I was always into writing. So I always wrote, I directed plays, but I could never bring myself to tell myself or the world that, gosh, I can do it and I want to do it. No matter what you think about me, but this is what I want to do. Some people have those insecurities about themselves. And that's what I want to tell everyone too, and through your medium too, that it's always good to dream and give yourself that kind of liberty that things can happen. You can make it happen, but you first need to admit it yourself. So in my case, that was the biggest inhibition. I was my biggest demon, So crazy as it may sound, but yeah. So so I don't know what the question was, but the answer is this. So I don't know where it begin. Black, सब कुछ बोल दिया.
No, so then, Tahira, you summon up the courage to actually go down the path, and you start writing, and you put together, you make a short film, which then shows at the Mumbai Film Festival, and you get a lot of appreciation for it, and then you put together the film that hopefully we will see. This year, next year?
This year, hopefully.
Hopefully,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And then, Tahira, in the middle of all this, you're diagnosed with stage 0 breast cancer.
Yeah.
I've just seen your stuff on, of course, social media and your interviews, and I'm just trying to get, even to imagine what is the experience of that, and the way you've handled it. Your posts are often tagged breast cancer warrior, but did you come to being a warrior, or was your initial response that no, I'm going to beat this?
I am so glad that this obstacle, if you so call it, because for me it was the biggest learning lesson. It was, so this thing which came in my life was at a time when I was very strong in faith. Is when I'm very strong. Like I told you, it's been 2 years I've been practicing Buddhism. And in this practice, or in life as such, whatever obstacle comes your way, whether it's health, whether it's financial, whether it's relationship, it's come to teach you. It's come to kind of expand your life, your human potential. Otherwise, how will you stretch yourself? How will you embrace something even bigger which is set in store for your life if your vessel is not big enough? I feel that has only come to me for me to become a better version of myself. And yes, I have been tagging breast cancer warrior also. I always tag breast cancer awareness, and I always tag hashtag self-love. And because I have been on this side of the spectrum too, where I have done fat diets, and for a very, very, very brief moment, it was like, oh my God, I'm an actor's wife. It was a very brief moment, and I hated myself. It's something that didn't come to me naturally. And I was like, I want to look thin and all, and that's called obsession.
But there is pressure for that, right?
I think if you take the pressure, it's there. If you don't take the pressure, it's not there. I don't take the pressure anymore. So if anybody expects me to come in a 6-inch stiletto, I'm sorry, you're getting the kids. So it's the pressure that you want to take, right? So I don't take any pressure now. And this thing which came, like I said, there was a reason why I don't think when I was enduring, nobody expects cancer to happen to them, right? Like who can ever think, oh, I have breast cancer, like. That was the biggest shock, yes, but life is unpredictable, and I accept that. You never know what can happen whenever, but you need to have an invincible human spirit. And like I said in one of my posts, that the invincible human spirit is godlike. It gives you the will to endure and to revive. So I feel you just need to be strong. And my strength came from my practice, my faith, my family, and from myself. So, yeah.
And was it there instantly? Or did you?
It was very instant. So there was not even a single moment when I said, till now, I haven't said this, why has it happened to me? Not even once. If it's happened to me, it's happened to me. It's a manifestation of some negativity, some ill health, but whatever, I had the protection. I feel the universe has my back. and I am very well protected. And the only reason I took to social media to kind of spread awareness is because when I started meeting the doctors, and they told me there's so many women who have the symptoms coming up, they'll feel a lump or two, but they will feel very embarrassed to come and get themselves examined. And that's why I took to the post, and I actually wrote, no matter how much the women and their families and the men think that the breasts are unique, the kind of variations that the technicians behind the mammogram machines they see in a day, it's you can't even fathom.
Yeah.
So you really don't
Get
need to
over
upset.
it.
Get over it,
Yeah.
and get yourselves examined.
Yeah.
And really, now is the time. It doesn't even spare a 20-year-old. If there are symptoms, if something comes up, just because you're a 20-year-old doesn't mean that you should not get it examined.
Yeah. You know, Ayushmann told me that he was promoting, it was between Andhadhun and Badai Ho.
Yes.
And so professionally he was
Yeah, he
the
was
highest
all
he's
there.
ever been.
Yeah.
And then he would promote these films all day, and then in the evening he would be with you in the hospital. He said he got his strength from you.
Yeah.
He said because you were so strong,
Yeah.
he could be strong. Is that what happened?
I think we feed off on each other's energies, but I shall put away my modest thing away. But yes, I have been really strong.
Good for you.
I know.
Good for you.
I have been strong. I have been strong for my family, for my husband, for my kids, and especially my parents, because I think they become fragile at a certain stage. So my parents, thankfully, they were in Bombay, and I think it was me who was supporting them more than them, because I would come and say, I'm fine, I'm doing good, and they would be okay. But the moment I would be like out of the living area, they would be like all teary-eyed. And recently my mom said, so they're very conventional, so each time I take to Instagram or something to post, they almost get a heart attack. So once I was coming back from the hospital, my father in his chaste Punjabi says, "Hun ki pata?" He's always like, he's holding his heart, ki ab kya dal diya, ab kya dal diya. And I was like,
नहीं,
Mom,
because
Dad, yeah.
traditionally, मतलब लोग नहीं बताते ना.
Yeah.
They feel somehow, and I don't know where this comes from, but the
I
mindset
also
is
don't
कि
know.
conceal it and मत बोलो. मतलब
Yes.
it's not some.
In my own family.
There's no shame about. It's
It's
nothing
just
you brought on yourself.
Why should I hold myself guilty? So my doctor told me, I couldn't understand this. I really could not. So somehow maybe I have this beautiful environment. Like my husband is very, very supportive, and in my immediate circle, nobody is judging me. So if somebody
How
else
can you
is,
judge somebody for having
exactly
a sickness?
Yeah,
It makes
so
no sense.
It makes no sense. So when I told my doctor said, I'm so glad you've taken to the post, because there are a lot of women who think that they bring it on to themselves.
Right.
And they feel guilty about it. I was like, guilty? Why would you feel guilty? You have diabetes. Will you feel guilty about it? Like it's a condition. You need to deal with it. It's a disease. There is a cure for it. Just get on with your life and deal with it. But also, there are different people, and there are different problems, and there are different mindsets. So I thought I need to be compassionate, and probably the situation and in whichever the women are, it's probably not congenial enough for them to get themselves tested.
Right.
Probably not so secure for them to actually get themselves examined or express it to the world. I really wish my posts can do that, can help the women and the families to be absolutely okay about it. It's okay. It's okay.
But Tahira, what's also remarkable is how not only have you just posted, but you've also been very open. I mean, you wrote a column where you're talking about one breast being bigger than the other.
Yeah.
You're talking.
Yeah. I genuinely told my doctor, I was like, now is the time, dog, give me a Kim Kardashian. He was like, nahi ho sakta. I was like, iota hi de de yaar, kuch to de de. That also will be sufficient for me. But he didn't listen. So yeah, that was a situation. I really did.
Then you wore hair extensions and you talked about that.
Yeah.
Then you said, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Now and you put a picture of yourself with no hair. And I mean, just that lack of vanity, which I think has crept into all our lives thanks to social media.
Yeah.
We all are constantly worrying about how we look.
Yeah.
How did you do this? How did you let go of that part of you?
Practice. My faith. What happens is once you start having belief in yourself, that's where it begins and that's where it ends, I feel. You need to be confident in your own skin. And for some, it could also be, being not getting the husband into picture, but there's a certain profile that the husbands, the actors' wives also have.
Of course.
So there's, Thankfully, neither does my husband expect expect that of me, and neither do I expect that of myself. So there's a lot of, and also the relationships that you share. I mean, say if there's a lot of security in that. My husband doesn't have any problem me being bald, and neither do I. So there's a bit of a confidence also that we kind of share. Like I said, we all feed off each other's energies. And the beautiful energy that I can feel on social medium, if I've posted something, I've been bombarded with so much of love that I want to give that much of love in return. And it's been a fairly decent journey for me, and I really wish every cancer survivor or anybody who's enduring that or any other problem gets that kind of love. To begin with, from yourself, and secondly from your immediate family.
Yeah. No, you've been inspiring. Truly.
Thank you.
No, really inspiring. I mean, I just like, God, we make such a big deal out of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And this is real courage.
This is, man. I have Shruti here. So I'll be very honest. I haven't taken a single day off.
From the film?
From the film. Ever
Really?
since not even a single day. So Monday to Friday would be work. Saturday was my chemotherapy session. Sunday I used to get my shots because my WBCs would fall. And Monday I was back at work. At times my WBCs would fall to a certain extent that I needed shots on Monday too. So I used to come back from work and get the shots done. But there's no bravery in that. I'm just so grateful, and my heart is full of gratitude that I had something which I'm so passionate about in my life, that it took away the pain or anything from me. So instead of just resting out and feeling all the more pain, I was back at work doing what I've always wanted to do.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the things you're constantly being asked is if you want to direct your husband. And you said in an interview that I would, because I really respect him as an actor.
Yeah.
But you said as a husband he could do better.
Yeah. For sure.
So what could he do better?
Lots of things right here, right now, you want me to say?
Come on, let's get into this.
This is turning out to be a family show, I believe. There's lots he can improve on. But in terms of his acting, of course, so he's my senior. I should deserve to have to direct him, you know. So yeah.
He's a really fine actor.
He's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how much you've changed him, because he was saying in an interview to me that when you guys were in college, he actually said to you that, oh, after marriage you will not work.
Yeah, man, can you believe that?
And I was like, what? And he said, but look at me now. I said,
yeah.
What did you do? How did you sort of do this 360?
Because I laughed then too. He's like, you're not going to work. I was like, what? I never took him seriously, I think. He's like, इसने तो change होना नहीं, मैं ही हो जाता हूँ. So, but that was hilarious, man. Like, we both are studying. We're studying journalism and mass communication. How do you expect that I will not work? And considering that I'm the only one. He just said it as that, you know, मैं नौकरी करूँगा. Types. I was like, yeah, right. And considering I've always been working, so even when he made that statement, I was still working. So that was kind of funny and ironical, but yeah, we never paid heed to that. But it's been a journey for the both of us. We both have changed a lot. I have changed a lot in his presence. I was this crazy, insecure, pregnant person when Vicky Donor happened. That was the worst phase for the both of us.
He said because the fame, though he was famous, you know, thanks to all the television and all of that, but he said that the film fame was so different, and he said that was really bad.
That was crazy. Actually, I think both of us were immature. I mean, he didn't have the maturity to kind of hold my hand and tell me it's okay.
No.
Especially when I am crazy on my hormones because I was pregnant at the time. And I also don't have the maturity to just take it easy. This thing will get over. So both of us lacked maturity at that point of time. And you also feel like a whale, you know, and considering your husband is with beautiful women all around and you don't come from that background, you know, you don't even have the maturity. You have that passion towards, you understand art, you do that, but you don't have the maturity to kind of deal with the frills that come along.
You don't know the industry.
You don't know that. Yeah. Both of us didn't know at all, and I was very lost, and so was he, honestly speaking. But thankfully, us knowing each other for the past 9-10 years before marriage really helped, because I knew that he's not a bad guy and he knew that she's not a bad girl. So I think that kind of sustained, and then we kind of made peace.
So when you're both now artists, working in the same film industry. What are the rules of engagement for a husband and wife working together? Like, he produced your short film.
Yeah.
What is his role in this one, in the feature?
It's all over. In the sense, since both of us share the same interests, so the congruent area is huge. It's huge between his interests and mine. We share the same kind of interest in music, in scripts. I've read through all his scripts. He's gone through all my scripts too, and we always have a take. In fact, we've reached a crazy level of what do I say? I don't know how to put it, but during the Andhadhun thing which was happening, so I happened to just sharing one instance. So I was at one of the edits, and there was this makeout scene between Ayush and Radhika.
Radhika, yeah.
So I'm looking, and things happened, and then the feedback. So I was like, rest was all good, but the makeout was not good. There's something which should come after that, and yeah, the suggestion was taken. Sriram, they listened and so did Pooja. And they had a cut where there was a scene where the both of them are goofing around with the omelette or something.
Right.
So they said, this is what we have. I was like, this is really good. This should come here. This looks nice. And for a brief moment, we had this discussion and everything. We're sitting in the car. Both of us at the same time look at each other. Am I the same person who was fretting in Vicky Donor? Oh God, you're going to be kissing her. You're going to be kissing her. To hear saying, it's not feeling right. There should be something coming.
Correct.
And I don't know when this transformation happened.
Yeah.
But it did, and it's happened for the good.
Yeah. But that's wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So both of us. So I really don't know. There's a line drawn.
Division nahi hai.
There is nothing, because that's what we're discussing at home. We're discussing films, friends. For us, this is work and this is passion too.
Yeah.
It's the same interest.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, but then, Tahira, what do you do? Are there any lines, let's say, between who are his friends and people he enjoys being with, and people that you may or may not enjoy being with?
He's an anti-social. He doesn't have friends and all. I think he's only into work and then comes back to me and kids, whereas I have a social life. I have my girlfriends and I love them.
He's a hermit.
Yeah, he is, so is. I'm really telling you. So he is very boring. I like that, I think. But for him, probably if he gets time, also because I think he's working around the clock. So if he has some time off, he would probably just be alone.
Correct.
Or just probably chill with us, because we don't even get that time.
Yeah.
So, but for me, despite that, I need to chill with my girlfriends. I need to have my time out. I like to meet people.
Right.
I thrive on energy. I like good vibes. And that really comes from people.
Yeah.
So I love people.
Yeah. Tell me, how invested are you in the failures and successes? Because in a couple of interviews you talked about really loving Meri Pyari Viddu, and I did too. I thought he was wonderful in that film, but not a lot of other people did.
Yeah.
Does it break your heart, or are you removed from that?
It's very difficult to be removed. It's very difficult, especially you share such a beautiful bond with your husband. So there are two things. I look at him as my husband and also as an artist. It breaks my heart from the perspective of an artist.
Right.
From a husband, I know he's resilient. He'll bounce back. From somewhere, I feel everybody feels that somebody has been unfair about this review or that review. Meri Pyari Viddu, I really did like. I think he's done a fab job.
He was really good.
But it didn't get, so that breaks my heart. But at the same time, I know that he has some nice scripts lined up. He's going to bounce back. So yeah. There's nothing, after this cancer episode and a few other episodes, both Ayush and me, Ayush was especially like that. He was very detached as a person. He would not attach himself too much to a failure or to a success. For me, it was whoop, whoop. I was between like these two life states. But now, for me, if something bad is happening, it'll surpass. If something good is happening, even that will also pass. So, become little mellow down about. So, you don't react immediately.
So, you're very zen-like about it.
Yeah. I would like to believe, hope so. Do I?
Tell me, do you have any insights into actors? Because you live with one that will eventually sort of hopefully show up in the film when you're directing your own actors.
From my husband's point of view, that actor, he is very organic, yeah. I have not seen him going crazy into, he doesn't do method acting. Except for Andhadhun, where he really had to be at the piano. So we had the piano home, and then he used to practice for hours and hours. And I'm so grateful he did that, because our son, who's just turned 7, plays the piano really well. So he got encouraged. And but apart from that, I think he just kind of switches on and switches off. The moment the camera is on is when he turns into the actor, and when it's off, he just comes back home as the same husband and the same father. So for me, being at home, I don't see any change. So there's nothing for me to take away. Oh, he's done this, this.
Right.
For me, if I'm looking at an actor, is when I'm just looking in the cinema, at the theater hall, is when I look at an actor, because I don't even go to his sets. Probably in the entire, on all the films in all these years, I've probably gone thrice, 3 or 4 times. Not beyond that, because if you're not involved in a project, it's very boring.
It is very boring.
It's so boring.
It's awful. I hear you.
It's very boring. So
Yeah.
unless and until you have a role to play, because
Right.
that's where it becomes exciting.
Correct.
So for me, for my film, my major takeaway, you know, for every writer or director, the first film is always closest to your heart, and it actually comes from your experiences. So this particular story is basically from my life's experiences. From
Like
a small
Toffee was
town.
also.
Toffee was also.
Yeah.
So I'm in the same space. There is going to be. I don't know. You saw Toffee?
Of course.
Oh, how nice.
Of course. I loved the 2 girls. I just thought they were, which is why I asked about directing actors.
Yes.
Because I thought they were so, it
Raw.
felt so real.
So real.
Yeah.
So I also don't go into, so even now for me other actors, there are 2 new ones. I'm not going to too many workshops, because I don't want the innocence to be laden with the stereotypical kind of an acting. It's good that they're raw. It's good that they falter. It's good that, so it's good. It's all good. I like it the organic, the natural way. So yeah.
And what are you most looking forward to? Because like you said, for directors, that first film is magic.
Is magic.
You know?
It's something that you'll always remember for the rest of your life. And this more so, because it's been a testing time too. I never expected this to happen to me while the making of it. This will always remain special for the rest of my life for 2 reasons. One, it's my first film, and second, it's come to me at a very testing time where I could have given up on it, considering my health. But because I was so passionate towards it, I think that gave me so much of energy. That gave me healing power. My project has given me healing power, so I'll always be indebted to it.
Yeah. It made you want to get up and go.
Each and every day. My doctors used to tell me that take it easy. I was like, are my counts going awkward? Are the parameters not being met? Is there anything that you... They're like, no, but still. I was like, then you let the still be. And let me do my work, because I'm happier this way. There are happy hormones coming in.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah.
Good for you. More power to you, Tahira, and thank you. And
Thank you
good
so
luck.
much.
Can't wait to see what you're making.
Thank you so much.
And you're sure you can't tell us anything more?
I'm like getting the looks. But sooner. I wish to be a part of your show yet again for my film, and I shall be telling you more about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, I'm Tahira Kashyap, Khurrana, and if you like this video, please subscribe to Film Companion.